Okay, so today I'm going to be doing a Diary of a Wimpy Kid review. But just to say, at my school today, I had book fair, and I got this book, but it's just jokes, and I'm not really going to show anybody that. But what I'm really doing is I'm showing this book. So it's the first book. I have the first book, and I have Dog Days, which I'm going to be doing in a few days. I don't know when, but today we're going to be doing the first one. So we have Diary of a Wimpy Kid, a novel in cartoons, and it's made by Jeff Kenny, and we're going to be reading it. But this is part one, so. Okay. September, Tuesday. First of all, let me get something straight. This is a journal, not a diary. I know what it says on the cover, but when Mom went out to buy this thing, I specifically told her to get one that didn't say diary on it. Great, all I need is for some jerk to catch me carrying this book around and get the wrong idea. Sissy. This other thing I went to clear up right away. It's that this was Mom's idea, not mine. But if she thinks I'm going to write down my feelings in here or whatever, she's crazy. So just don't expect me to be all Dear Diary this and Dear Diary that. The only reason I agreed to do this at all is because I figured later on, when I'm rich and famous, I'll have better things to do than answer people's stupid questions all day long. So this book is gonna come in handy. Gregory, tell us about your childhood. Were you always so smart and handsome? Here's my journal. Now shoo shoo. Like I said, I'll be famous one day, but for now I'm stuck in middle school with a bunch of morons. Let me just say, for the record, that I think middle school is the dumbest idea ever. You got kids like me who haven't hit their growth spurt yet, mixed in with these gorillas who need to shave twice a day. Out of my way, runts. And then they wonder why bullying is such a big problem in middle school. If it was up to me, grade levels would be based on height, not age. And then again, I guess that would mean kids would still be in the first grade. I didn't know how to say the name, so I just kind of skipped that. Today is the first day of school, and right now we're just waiting around for the teacher to hurry up and finish the seating chart. So I figured I might as well write in this book to pass the time. By the way, let me give you some good advice on the first day of school. You got to be real careful where you sit. You walk into the classroom and just plonk your stuff down on any old desk. And the next thing you know, the teacher's saying, I hope you all like where you're sitting because these are your permanent seats. So in this class, I got stuck with front of me and Leon or something, James in back of me. Jason Brill came in late and almost sat to my right, but luckily I stopped that from happening. At least Second. Is this seat taken? Yes, yes. Next. I don't know how to say that. I should just sit in the middle of a bunch of hot girls as soon as I step in the room. But I guess if I do that, it just proves I didn't learn anything from last year. Greg, will you please pass this note to Shelley? Greg is a dork. Why, certainly. Hee hee. Man, I don't know what is up with girls these days. It used to be a whole lot simpler back in elementary school. The deal was, if you were the fastest runner in your class, you got all the girls. And in 5th grade, the fastest runner was Ronnie McCone or something. Nowadays, it's a whole lot more complicated. Now it's about the kind of clothes you wear, or how rich you are, or if you have a cute butt or whatever. And kids like Ronnie McCone are scratching their hands wondering what the heck happened. The most popular boy in my grade is Bryce Edston or something. The thing that really stinks that I have always been into girls, but kids like Bryce have only come around in the last couple of years. I remember how Bryce used to act back in elementary school. Girls are stinky poos. Yeah, I don't think girls are stinky poos. But of course, now I don't get any credit for sticking with the girls all this time. Like I said, Bryce is the most popular kid in our grade. So that leaves all the rest of us guys scrambling for the other sports. The best I can figure is that I'm somewhere around 52 or 53rd most popular this year. But the good news is that I'm about to move up the spot because Charles Davis is above me, and he's getting his braces next week. I try to explain all this popularity stuff to my friend Rowley, who is probably hovering or something right around the 150 mark. By the way, but I think it just goes in one ear and out the other with him. Wednesday. Today we had Pez Ed. So the first thing I did when I got outside was sneak off to the basketball court to see if the cheese was still there, and sure enough, it was. The piece of cheese has been sitting on the blacktop since last spring. I guess it must have dropped out of someone's sandwich or something. After a couple of days, the cheese started getting all moldy and nasty. Nobody would play basketball on the court where the cheese was even. That was the only court that had a hoop with a net. Then one day, this kid named Darren Walsh touched the cheese with his finger, and that's what started this thing called the cheese touch. It's basically like the cooties. If you get the cheese touch, you're stuck with it until you pass it on to someone else. Scream! The only way to protect yourself from the cheese touch is to cross your fingers. But it's not that easy remembering to keep your fingers crossed every moment of the day. I ended up tapping mine together so they'd stay crossed. All the time I got a D in handwriting, but it was totally worth it. This one kid named Abby Hall got the cheese touch from April, and nobody would even come near him for the rest of the year. This summer, Abby moved away to California and took the cheese touch with him. I just hope someone doesn't start the cheese touch up again, because I don't need that kind of street in my life anymore. Thursday. I'm having a seriously hard time getting used to the fact that summer is over and I have to get out of bed every morning to go to school. My summer did not extremely get off to a great start, thanks to my older brother Roderick. A couple of days into summer vacation, Roderick woke me up in the middle of the night. He told me I slept through the whole summer, but that luckily I woke up just in time for the first day of school. Shoot! You might think I was pretty dumb for falling for that one, but Roderick was dressed up in his school clothes, and he set my alarm clock ahead to make it look like it was morning. Plus, he closed my curtain so I couldn't see that it was still dark out. After Roderick woke me up, I just got dressed and went downstairs to make myself some breakfast, like I do every morning on a school day. Okay, guys, these are the last 2 pages I'm going to be reading right now. But I guess I must have made a pretty big racket, because the next thing I know, Dad was downstairs yelling at me for eating Cheerios at 3 in the morning. See, that's his dad. He's all angry. It took me a minute to figure out what the heck was going on. After I did, I told Dad that Roderick had played a trick on me, and he was the one that should be getting yelled at. Dad walked down to the basement to chew Roderick out, and I tagged along. I couldn't wait to see Roderick get what was coming to him. Like I said, it's the last page. And this time, I'm actually putting my foot down. So it's the last page, and I hope you enjoyed part 1 of the Diary of a Wimpy Kid book review. And as I said, this is part 1, and comment below if you want to see part 2. Okay? All right.